Everyday
I hear I got something that you need. That tea that I bring.
Everyday
is guaranteed to give you what you need. That tea that I bring.
Everyday
I'm qualified to help you reach your dreams with that tea that I bring.
Everyday
Respect is all I ask and what I need when I bring you that tea.
Everyday tarot.
Greetings and salutations, witches and friends. This is Sage, aka Sage the Urban Witch, and welcome to my second channel. I am Everyday Tarot, where we read tarot and divination for everyday people living extraordinary lives, specifically my fellow Scorpies out there, okay? So yeah, you guys, today's collective reading is on the topic of what is the gossip on you, Scorpie, okay? What is the gossip on you? A lot of people are in your business. A lot of people have so much to say about your comings and goings, about your finances, about this and that, who you're with, who you're no longer with, all of these things. You know, you guys are still popular. You know, all eyes are still on you, whether you have left a particular community, a relationship, a family. You know, these people, these places still have their name, still have your name, shall I say, in their mouth, okay? But we're going to find out, dear one, specifically, currently, what's the gossip on you, Scorpie, okay? So I have pre-pulled some cards, you guys, okay, for today's reading in no particular order. So we have pics of you in their phone, okay. Next card we have, you guys, is your siblings or sibling is jealous of you. Yeah, this is the gossip about you, Scorpies, okay. The next card we have is security. Next card we have is love fraud in reverse. Next card we have is jealous of your morals and values. Okay. And then the last card we have, Scorpie, is protection in reverse. Okay. So let's get into it, Scorpie, okay? What is the current gossip on you, okay? Well, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit that, you know, you have a lot of people or one person in particular that is talking about you. This person cannot seem to get you off his or her mind. And no matter if they're in a current relationship or if they are single, they seem to have this ultimate goal, and this ultimate goal is to get you back, okay? So this person, dear one, whomever they are, they have pics of you in their phone, and they're constantly looking at you. They're constantly doing things, okay, to themselves, okay, while looking at your pics, okay, yeah. Also, Scorpie, if this person is in a current relationship, they oftentimes are found, you know, ducking off, you know, away from their partner to look at pics of you in their phone. Like, you know, they'll pretend as though they have to take a shower, or they're going to the restroom, or they're looking for something in the closet, and they're looking at pics of you in their phone. They're constantly comparing their current partner to you, okay? They're lamenting, and now they feel, you know, depressed, and they feel, you know, jaded. They feel as though, you know, they've made a grave mistake by allowing you to get away, or by doing something that caused you to cut them off or to end a relationship. So, you know, they have these pics of you in their phone where this is the only way they feel as though they can maintain some sense of connection to you, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit that this particular person, whoever they are, they're showing these pics to, you know, some of their homeboys or some of their homegirls, okay? Some of them, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, they have I'm hearing a double life where they're actually lying to business partners or people in their network on the job, or at the gym, or whatever the case may be. They're lying and showing pics of you in their phone and pretending as though you are their current and you're in a relationship with them. Okay, some of them are saying that you are the one that they're with, and they're denying their current partner. Some of you guys they're lying and saying that you are a baby mother, or you are one of their many baby mothers. Okay, this is a lie. Others of them, dear one, they're lying to people around them as they're showing pics of you in their phone, and they're saying that you are their sneaky link. Okay, so whoever this person is, dear one, there is the gossip that you are so missed. You are so placed on a pedal that you got people lying on you and claiming you when they're not in a relationship with you. They're not in a relationship with you. They never have been, or they're not in a relationship with you, dear one, and it's not anymore because you have ended the connection or relationship with this person. Okay, for those of you guys where this person is lying on you and they've never been in a relationship with you, they have screenshots of you in their phone. Okay, this could be a particular person that's some weirdo, and they took a picture of you on their phone without you noticing when you were on the train, on public transportation, or when you were on a bus or something of the sort, or for some of you guys, even if you were on a plane. Okay, others of you guys, in a public place, at the coffee shop, at the bookstore. Okay, some place, dear one, where you were doing your thing, minding your business, or you were with your family or with some friends, and this person took a picture of you without your permission, violating your visual boundaries. Okay, and this pic or these pictures that they have of you in their phone, it's like they're using it to booster their ego. They're using it to booster their clout and status. They're lying and saying that they're with you. Okay, so you have some people, dear one, that they're a little bit off in the head here. Okay, and they're literally using your pics to gain some type of favor with people around them. Okay, it makes them feel better, it makes them look better, it makes them feel as though they have a sense of status. Okay, so this is the gossip, dear one. People talking about you and claiming you. People, some of them you know nothing about. Others of them, that's your baby daddy. He's off in the head, and you don't deal with him unless it has something to do with Junior. Okay, or whatever the case may be. But the gossip on you, dear one, is that you're definitely unforgettable. So much to the point that you have people that either you're no longer in a relationship with, or people that you've never been in a relationship with that are claiming to be in some type of connection or relationship with you, simply because they have pics of you in their phone, and they're constantly, referring to that and telling people, showing people the pic to get some type of, clout off of you, off of your visuals. Okay. Also, dear one, there's also the energy that I'm picking up on is that, someone that has a current, they have pics of you in their phone, and they constantly, whip these pictures out to deliberately get their current agitated. Okay. And, comparing themselves to you in terms of how you look and your physical aesthetics, your features, your skin, your beautiful teeth, your hair, things of that nature, your style. Okay, so this person's being very manipulative, very diabolical, whether they're using your pictures for clout, using your pictures to try to cock block and say that they're already in a relationship with you, so you're off limits, and that's not the case, or whatever the case may be, whether they're trying to present you as being some home wrecker or some loose person, claiming that you's a hoe, a Scorpie, and you're seeing him and that person and some other person that you may be with. Okay, so this person is essentially messy. Okay, they're very mentally unwell. Okay, I'm hearing they definitely need better help. Okay, also, dear one, the gossip on you, Scorpie, is that you may have one or more siblings that is very jealous of you. Okay, and I'm hearing from Spirit they may be jealous of you based on your accolades. Okay, something about you, Scorpio, in terms of what you do. Okay, They're jealous of you based on your creativity. You're doing something out of the box. You're doing something very unorthodox that they themselves can't do. So they're constantly talking about you, and they're trying to, quote unquote, shit on what you're doing, simply because they can't imitate you, because they don't have the skill or they don't have the talent to do what you do. So they can't compete with you. They can't one up you because they can't simply do it. Okay. So this person, dear one, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're singing, you're painting, whether you're online as a content creator, whether you are a reader, whether you are a healer, okay, whether you are, I don't know, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a business owner, whatever it is that you're doing, dear one, you're doing something that is very unique and special unto you, that cannot be copied or, imitated as much as a sibling or one or more, as much as they want to do, okay? I just heard tarot. Thank you, Spirit. So, some of you Scorpies out there, like your girl Sage, I'm an only child, but unlike you guys, okay, you could be a tarot reader, but you could have siblings, and you have one or more siblings that's, talking shit about you doing tarot, when meantime, they're low-key jealous of the fact that you're doing something that they can't do, okay? So, on the low, they might have purchased some tarot cards, some tarot decks, and they're trying to, study your videos on the low and try to figure out, how are you able to be tuned in and tapped in to get the messages, but, it just don't come out the same. What you're doing, they see that it is very much so not easy. You have to, everybody can't do this, okay? Everybody can't read, okay? And you're definitely someone, dear one, that you're tuned in and tapped in, Scorpie, and you have one or more siblings that's jealous of the fact that they can't do what you do. So they can't compete with this particular spiritual gift that you have to divine, okay? And this is the gossip that is on that, people are saying about you. So, they're trying to say that, you're of the devil, you're worshiping the devil and this and that. And, they're saying all kinds of crazy stuff, talking about you're in a cult, Scorpie, and, all of this and all of that. Just everything they can think of to really try to, put trash and put dirt on your name. And it's simply because they're jealous. They're envious of the fact that you're doing something that they can't do. They can't copy. They can't imitate because they don't have the skills, okay? Unlike you, dear one, they don't have the skills to pay the bills, okay? Yeah, come through, Spirit. So this is some of the gossip that's on you, dear one. Also, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, whether this be a sibling, whether this be a family member, whether this be an ex-bestie, or someone that doesn't know you from a can of paint, but they have been watching you for quite some time, to the point where they recognize, your morals and values. You place a high expectation over yourself, and you at the same time, you place a high expectation over other people. So, you're not low-hanging fruit, okay? You're like up in the cut. Access is denied. People really have to be on your level, Scorpio, to get to you. So people that are very lustful, people that are, used to getting low-hanging fruit, people that are used to dealing with randoms that don't know themselves, that have no self-esteem, okay, that will compete with other people for a mud duck's attention and validation, you're not of that caliber, dear one. And so this person, whomever they are, they're very upset that, you have certain morals and you have certain values that seem to be so top tier and so out of touch with their reality, so much out of touch with how they roll in these streets, how they, connect with other people, that they're very upset that they can't get access to you, okay? Because, they're not on your level. So, they try to, shit on the fact that, you have certain morals and values. They try to talk about you, they try to say that you're stuck up your sedity. They try to say that your expectations are too high. They call you a unicorn and all of these things, the things that they would try to say to embarrass you or to make you look a certain way. But in reality, is really showing how jaded they are, and is really showing just how, lowly and low class they are. Why are you trying to front and tease someone that has a higher set of standards and a code of ethic than you? Is it perhaps because, you can't keep your legs closed? Is it because, you have a poking addiction that you can't get control of? Okay. Is it because, the minute that someone smiles at you, you automatically, fall to your knees, or, fall on your back with your legs spread wide? Okay. Come through, spirit. That could be the case, because why are you focusing on me, partner? Why are you focusing on my collective? Yeah. So the gossip on you, Scorpio, is that, you have people that are talking, people that are of a very seedy, shady, low class caliber that is having the nerve and the audacity, Scorpio, to talk about you and the fact that, you have certain morals and certain values that they can't live up to. Okay. So they's mad. Okay. Also, Scorpio, I'm hearing from spirit that the gossip on you is that, you're very quick-witted, and people that try to come to you playing all types of mind games and things of that nature, people that try to pull you into third-party situations, people that want to make you a part of their whole harem, their happy whole harem, people that want to make you an honorary member of, get a shot in your ass at the free clinic crew. Okay. You see these people a mile away, Scorpio, and you tell them to get goals. Okay. Get on and get some more, because you don't have time for that, because that shit is whack. Throw that back. Come through, spirit. And so there is someone, dear one, that they're very upset that they tried to shoot their shot with you. However, they tried to shoot it and they got shot down. Okay. You expose this person as some type of deceiver, master manipulator, some type of love fraud, some type of person where they're all talk and no action. The type of person where hey, is nothing sacred, there's nothing special about them. Everybody can get it. This person is for the streets. They for the community. Okay. Tim can get it, Tony can get it. Okay. Gina can get it, Marsha can get it, everybody can get it. Okay. So you pretty much ghosted this person, and you gave them the hand and told them to get somewhere and go sit down. Okay, to go and have several seats, because you're not with that ish that they with. Okay. Yeah. And so people are gossiping about how there is a particular player, okay, that he got shot down and he's looking very stupid, very goofy. Okay. Because his game didn't work on you like it works on the other randoms. Okay. Yeah. And this person is very much so ass hurt. Okay. This person still thinks that in their delusional mind they can have access to you. Okay. They think that if they get your attention and flex and show that they have money, or that they have more money than they had originally when they tried to play mind games and step with you and try to get you to be a part of their harem, they're thinking that, Scorpio, you have a price, and it's just a matter of them trying to figure out what it is. Okay. But you're neither paying this person no mind, you're nowhere around this person. Okay. And this person don't have a chance in hell. And a lot of people are gossiping about that, is that you really put this person, you gave them a rude awakening. You caused them to have to go back and reevaluate their life, okay? Because they really thought that they were all of that. But, of course, you're going to think that when you're around a bunch of nobodies, okay? Yeah. So, this person saw you and you said no, and they had to reevaluate their total life in terms of who they are and how, fabulous or handsome or wealthy are they really? Because, you are of a certain caliber, you're of a certain, higher level, you're of a certain stock value. And when you said no, it made them open up their eyes and realize that a lot of people, that are, on the level of 4s and 5s were lying to them. But when they stepped to an 8 or a 9, they got hit with the reality that, hey, they not all that. Okay. So there's a very unhappy player. There's a very unhappy hoe that is somewhere around you, Scorpio, through 6 degrees of separation or less, or could be someone that is, lurking online, or someone that's in your neighborhood, or whatever the case may be, someone that is at the workplace, for those of you guys who are, working in corporate America, okay, wherever it is that this person is seeing you, wherever it is that this person is around you or in your vicinity, the gag is on them, dear one, that they didn't have enough game, they didn't have enough flavor to pull you, okay? And so this is the gossip about you, dear one, that you're a heartbreaker, okay? That you don't play games with people, okay? You don't settle for less, okay? You have your bar set high, and if people can't meet that, okay, they just get left, okay? Simple as that, yeah? Also, dear one, the gossip on you is that you guys are very secure, okay? You're secure in terms of having financial security, okay? You're secure in terms of being stable, okay? You guys are secure in yourself, okay? In terms of your self-esteem. I'm getting security in a lot of different ways, okay? You guys are secure in terms of, you're safe, okay? Wherever you live, okay? I'm hearing gated community. I'm hearing luxury apartment. I'm hearing beautiful home, townhome, or beautiful condo, beautiful, single family home, wherever you are, okay? Your zip code is in a certain area where you're safe for you and your baby, Scorpie, or just for you, or for you and your family, whatever the case may be, however your family looks, okay? You are secure. Also, I'm hearing from Spirit, there's gossip on you, dear one, that you are so fine, so attractive. If you are masculine, you're so sexy, you're so, just all that, brother. And if you're a divine feminine, you're so beautiful, you're giving all siren energy that, you guys need security, okay? You got all these dogs, sniffing around your yard, okay? You need to have some security, some home security, okay? You need to have, the surveillance. You need to have the cameras in your windows, and, you need to have one pointed towards your driveway, one pointed towards your backyard, okay? You need to have a wolf in your home that's guarding you and your little ones away from the ravenous wolves on the outside of your home, okay? And some of you all have that, and they talking about it. It's gossip about, you locked down by a wolf that don't play about you, okay? And then others, dear one, are saying that, you need a wolf, okay? Because you're so fine, you so sexy, you literally, your beauty can put you in danger. Your beauty can put you in harm's way by people that's envious. Your beauty can put you in harm's way by, mud ducks that don't know how to take no for an answer, that can't accept rejection, or bombs that feel as though they have the audacity to step to you, and that they would literally try to hurt you if you said no to them, or if you turned them down or rejected them. So I'm hearing, a Scorpie, whoever you are, and however this scenario falls in line with you, you need to be secure. You need to have your security established, okay? Home security, vehicle security, security on your person, okay? It would do you well to take self-defense class. It would do you well to have that bear spray in your keychain, okay? It would do you well to go to the range and learn how to, aim, so that, when you aim at your target, you can hit and not miss, okay? Yeah, it would do you well to have that license to carry, that permit, okay? To have everything in order. You're the type of person, Scorpio, that needs security, okay? So you either have it and people talking about it, or you need to get it and people talking about some of the reasons why you need to have it, okay? Yeah, mainly your beauty, mainly the fact that, you're financially secure and stable, and you got a lot of brokies around you that's looking at what you got, and so you have to protect what you have, okay? You have to protect your home, you have to protect your loved ones, you have to protect your babies, your little ones, okay? Yeah. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. And then also, dear one, lastly, I'm hearing from Spirit, the gossip on you is that people don't know your business, because you guys are very stealthy. And as much as they try to gossip about you and say that you got this going on or that going on, they don't know. They have no idea what's going on in your life, what's going on in your home, what's going on in your world, because you're very protected, but you don't let people know what you got going on. In other words, if you have spiritual protection, everybody don't know that to what extent, because you're not shouting it out to the rooftops. Okay, you're not telling people what particular deities you revere. Okay, you're not telling people, how you keep yourself and your family and your loved ones spiritually protected, what rituals and what spells you're doing, what money spells and protection spells. You're not telling people your business. Okay, what you're doing to protect your home, to protect your life, everything that you're bringing in for yourself. Okay, so people don't know what you got going on, and people are constantly trying to size you up. Scorpio is what I'm hearing from spirit. People are constantly trying to, pry into your business. People are trying to see, well, just how safe and how secure are you? Okay, I'm hearing from spirit that the gossip is that people try to challenge you, dear one, and they end up, damn near getting toe tagged. Okay, because you're not the one to mess with. You're very quiet and very unassuming, but I'm hearing from spirit you definitely carry that energy of don't start none, won't be done. Okay, and so your protection is on the down low. You don't shout it to the rooftops. You may be in a network, Scorpio, and if you know what a network is, if you know, you know. If you don't know what it is, it's not meant for you to know about it. Okay, yeah. So, but I'm hearing from spirit, Scorpio, that a lot of people, they're not aware that you're in a network. Okay, you're not to be messed with. You may have married into the network. You may have always been in the network. You may have been born into the network. Okay, yeah, you may have been sworn into the network. Okay, but whatever the case may be, dear one, you're very heavily fortified and protected, but is very much so concealed. Okay, I'm also hearing a secret society. You have people, dear one, that are gossiping about you, Scorpio, and they're trying to figure out if you're in a secret society. Because how is it that you know what you know? How is it that you know so many things that people that are not a part of a secret society are not privy to? How do you know about these mystery knowledge? How do you know about, all of this, occultic science and knowledge? How do you know about astrology? How do you know about astronomy? How do you know about this and that? Okay, so people are very much so gossiping about you, dear one. Okay, they recognize that you're very fortified, you're very much so protected, but they just don't know by whom and to what extent, and how all of it came about. So people, Scorpio, they're very intrigued by you in terms of your spiritual ranking. They're very intrigued by who's holding it down with you and for you. Okay, and they're very intrigued about your personal life. So people are definitely gossiping about you, dear one, is what I'm hearing from spirit. Okay, and these are just some of the few things that I'm downloading here. This is a little bit of the tea. Okay, we're not gonna get too far into it, you guys, because I have been, you guys would be proud of your girl. I've been doing a lot of readings today. I've done a lot of batches. Okay, and I've also done some personal readings for some offline clients. Okay, I've done a lot of admin work. Okay, I've had time to play with my animal babies, and play with my bunny baby, Aristotle, Vladimir. Okay, hopefully I'll be getting a parakeet soon. Okay, I've been, looking and playing with my fishy babies, tapping the tank and this and that. Okay, I've been hanging out with the hub. So I've done a lot of things. I've had a very full day today. So, I'm very blessed, and the divine is good, and I hope that you guys are doing well. Also, that you guys are having a beautiful morning, day, evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. But I say all that to say that your girl is tired. Okay, so I'm definitely about to turn it loose. Okay, and go downstairs and hang out with the fam. Okay, so Scorpio, I'm going to give you guys some signs in terms of, the people that are gossiping about you, and you guys are Scorpio. So you have Scorpio in your sun, moon, or rising, Mercury or Venus. Okay, but let's tap into who some of these individuals that are gossiping about you, okay, who they could be. Okay, For those of you guys where this message most resonates, okay, the people that are gossiping about you, dear one, they could very well be a Scorpio too. They can also be an Aries, Leo, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, and Sagittarius. I'm also hearing Taurus rising, Scorpio moon, Leo rising, Virgo rising, Cancer moon, and Sagittarius moon, if I didn't say so already. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, and that's for those of you guys who are tuned in, tapped in, Scorpie. All right, so thank you guys so much for participating by watching my video, and until next time, stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay great. Also, you guys, you can follow me on my main channel, which is at Sage the Urban Witch. Okay, that's my main tarot channel. Okay, so spread the word, Scorpies. You guys go over there and subscribe, like, share, and subscribe, and then come back over here. Okay, all right, so until next time, you guys, peace.